Hi. I decided while I've got the camera, the stand out above my desk to film my witch casket video, which I just did. I would talk about decks if, I have a couple of decks that I want to talk about. This one. I've been using this for a few months now. I meant to make a video of it when I first got it, but I didn't because I have not had the right enthusiasm levels for YouTube this year. Even though at the beginning of the year I was like, I'm gonna make consistent content. Then nothing apart from witch casket videos. And I'm like, oh, what has happened? How have I fallen so hard? So I decided an oracle video, and I'm also going to do another video after this to have a couple coming out. This is Levi's deck, Masculine Intuitions reading. The Carry Me Intuition readings. I can't speak. Carry Me Home Oracle is a tarot oracle hybrid deck of 48 cards which offers messages to uplift the divine masculine, designed to carry you home, for no one is ever truly alone. And this is a very manly deck. There's the inside of that cover, and I didn't have a masculine deck until I got this. I do have quite a lot of balanced decks, like for instance things like the Wildwood Tarot, which is kind of balanced. And there are probably others as well, but I do have also a few feminine decks that are definitely feminine, but nothing masculine. And I always think that, even though I'm a woman, and yeah, I will have a lot of feminine decks if I'm into that, which I'm not really that into that. I just get them and they turn out to be feminine. I like to have balance. I strive badly for balance, and so I was like, yeah, I want Levi's deck because it would be nice to have a masculine deck, but also I wanted to get Levi's deck to support him and show that people like his stuff. So even if this wasn't really my thing and was just something I'd pull from occasionally, I would have got it anyway just to support him. But it is a really good deck. It has a guidebook. I'm not going to read the whole introduction because it's quite long, but he talks about the process of coming to, he originally thought of doing circular collage cards, a round collage tarot deck, and then he got the idea of a major arcana collage deck with oracle cards, and so basically not a full tarot deck, but also partly a tarot deck. And this reminds me of, in his guidebook, of Kim Kranz's Alchemy Oracle. I can't remember the exact name of it. So he says he tried writing many iterations of card descriptions and constantly heard a voice whisper in my ear telling me to stop over-explaining, and so encouraging you to look at it yourself. There's notes about angels and concepts, because he does have a couple of angels in there. What are oracle cards? The structure of the deck. The first 22 cards are based on the major arcana of tarot, universal archetypes, and then everything else is modern. What does he say here? Add to the major arcana to sort of create an even bigger, more modern major arcana of the new age. It's not fluffy either. He makes a point of saying that. So how to use... I haven't actually tried any spreads. What I have been doing is on my Instagram. I pull a card on Mondays and call it a masculine Monday, and I always use Levi's deck for that. That is too many cards for me. Like, I don't do the Celtic Cross because it's too many cards for me. This Angel Star spread looks nice. But yeah, so if you go to the cards, there is a picture of the card, a description, and then like there may be a question, or a couple of questions and a suggestion of an oracle deck or a book or a song. Oh, I've got that oracle. Let's have a look what else. Here, look up different artistic depictions of the Judgment card and journal about what you see and what it means to you. So each card has different bits in the input and output, which made it, like in this one, it's just questions. And in this one, a question. And in this one, an oracle is suggested. So everything's different. Everything's rose petal finished as well. So this is the back, and I haven't put them back in order because I'm being spontaneous and therefore lazy. So excuse the traffic noise. It's hot, so my window is open. There are some. I will, when we get to my favorite card, I'll show you my favorite card. That is like an interesting outfit, but all very manly. I think Levi said that he knows some of the people personally that did these, and they're obviously all not half naked. This guy. Oh, I wish I hadn't thought that, but this guy, poor lad, looks a bit like David Beckham. Just in the way that he's looking at that like moment. That's a nice, very hermit card. So obviously there are angels in the deck. Which, I mean, I have Radley Valentine decks, so it doesn't bother me having angels in decks because, like, even if you're not into the concept of angels or don't believe in them, you can still work with the energy of the card. Like, I'm not massive on the Lemurian Star Child stuff, but I have the Lemurian Star Child Oracle, and it's one of my favourite oracles of all time. So, yeah, it just, it doesn't really matter. Obviously, if you do really are, like, into angels and believe in angels, then you will enjoy the deck even more because of the angels. That card makes me automatically think of like the Page of Cups or the Knight of Cups. We've almost got to it here. This is literally my favourite card. And this is truly turning inward. Where could your life do with stillness? Which is a thing that, like, when I'm got my Chaos Witch hat on, I'm like, let's practice some stillness and listen, and yeah. But I just like the, like, image of the dude, like, maybe in some rocky canyon desert area in the darkness, just sat there thinking. I mean, he doesn't have to be naked, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with that either. it makes me also think of like the idea of witches being naked in the forest dancing around a fire, which, I mean, if I was naked in the forest dancing around a fire today, I would be burning like the Wicked Witch of the West, because it is hot here. We are not used to this in Wales, but it's a really, really nice card. And it's funny, when I got the box with the deck, it came with like a little bookmark, a little tiny like card that's like a business card, and a card, is that in this book? This card from one of his other decks, which I'm using as a bookmark, because that's what I do with extra cards. And there was an extra card from this deck, and it was this one. So, like, the extra card was my favourite card. I love it. And Levi didn't even know that that was my favourite card. He does look a bit like a warrior, to be fair. And he definitely looks like he's at home in the forest. I would like to be in the forest surrounded by blue butterflies. They're my favourite. I do like the ones where the person is mirrored in the image. It's kind of cool. Entering the cave. I think in this weather I'd stay in the cave. And this is obviously the cover art, be present in here and now. They all have, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could use any of them without the book. Like, even the chakra one, like, which gears need turning in order to align self. Anything is possible, be a trailblazer, help wishes and exchanges, which gives kind of a mixture of the 5 of Pentacles and 6 of Pentacles together, with the help aspect and also the exchange aspect, being like the 6 of Pentacles is about generosity and giving back as well as give and take, whereas the 5 of Pentacles is about asking for help when you're knackered, basically, when you've got nothing. So that kind of feels like those two cards together. So yeah, you could use it without the book, but I like to have a look what's in the book. I'll pull a card from it after. This guy's, the shape of his face reminds me of one of my friends, so it's really funny. Just like the shape of his nose. I like the Divine Wanderer. Love the rose there. Gonna have to have a drink. I love that. Very, it feels like the Death card. The Charmer. I just have to have a swig of my drink because like my throat is getting really dry. Okay, we're gonna have a shuffle. Considering this is rose petal finish, it's actually fairly easy to shuffle because I don't like rose petal finish. My last unicorn tower is rose petal finish and it frustrates the F out of me. So let's pull from the middle. Come home, of course. Wherever you feel at ease, soul, family and bonds. That's card number 43. So, the message this card contains is simple. It's time to come home, wherever that may be. For some of us, this means we should visit our parents or siblings, and for others it means communing with chosen family. There are tight bonds that you cannot deny. The cords that tie these bonds together are being pulled. Your presence is needed. Sometimes this inner pull towards home can be because others request your presence because your help is needed, but it can also just be that the bonds need to be tightened or that your body, mind and soul deserve to be at the place where you are most at ease. Sorry, trouble speaking. So the input and output, where is your home? That was a question. Who are part of your soul family? And listen to A Different Kind of Human by Aurora. I think I follow Aurora on Instagram. I like her stuff. My friend made her an artistic piece. I think it was like a painting he did for her, of her. I can't remember if it's for a show or just because she wanted it. But yeah, that is me knowing who Aurora is. But yeah, that's a very nice card. We all need to maybe check in with our soul family and make sure each other is good. So yeah, that is the Carry Me Home Oracle by Levi, who is sassy and classy, and he makes me laugh. Him and Martin together on their lives, just they killed me. So yeah, thank you if you watched all the way through, and please, if you haven't and it's still available, go ahead and get it. I should have said this is an indie deck, and I bought it off his Etsy because he started it off on Kickstarter, and I think he had a few left over. On Etsy, his shop is called Masculine Intuition Readings. Please go ahead and buy it if it appeals to you. Also, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Did that make sense? YouTube channel. Because he's funny. Simply. And he's not afraid. He's not one of those people who say, oh, this deck is really amazing. It's everything that you will ever want. If he thinks something is shit, he will say so. And that is what is important in a tarot YouTuber who is sharing a deck they bought, is if they think something is rubbish, they should say, I don't agree with this, I don't like this, because they've spent money on it. You know, why would you lie if you don't like something? Never understood that, but yeah, this is Levi's deck. Go out and buy it if it's still available.